What is up, peeps? We're gonna hit it again today. See if we can't get us something. Got a nice one yesterday, 20-inch, 4.4 pounds, largie on the jig. Pretty amazing. Second biggest bass I've ever caught out of this creek in about 40 years. So pretty awesome. It's a little bit cooler today, not bad, but we're gonna see what we can get into. Let's do this.
Headed out to the pond, he's gonna catch some toads. You're watching Predator Bass Fishing with Danny Rhodes. Whether he's ripping lips or unboxing it, he's doing everything under the sun. And you can catch it all here on Predator Bass Fishing.
I actually caught the other day on a chatterbait. One was about 16, one might have been 17, and then I got another one over here that was right around 17, 16, 17 range. There's a get. Oh, dang it. Man, I could have gave him just a second longer. Man, nice to get it. Feel a hit like that though. Right off the bat, felt amazing. It was only a little bit of a log. And then it came off, and then I got the whackage. There's another one. Just felt two bumps. There's nothing freaking on here. It could be. There's a bunch of junk down through here, a bunch of brush and stuff, which is good. Here's where I got that big one yesterday. Jig is so much heavier. It's hard to get used to. And the bitsy bug. All right, fishies, come on, let's go. Breeze doesn't make it any easier. Sure. Let's try it here. There's a hit. Yep. That was a nasty, ugly hook set. But a freaking another freaking nice one. Yes. Nice. Not an absolute giant, but a freaking 17-inch stud of a fish with a gut on it. I'm interested to see. That was a nasty, ugly hook set. Dang it, I don't have my scale because I brought my wrong thing here. But it's a 3-pounder. It's a 3-pounder. Okay, I'm gonna feel for the tongue patch. There's not one. He's a true largie. Thank you, buddy. It's a nice freaking fish right there. All right, I'm gonna do the little releaseage. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Nice way to follow up yesterday with a little 3-pounder baby. Nice. Yeah, that had to be pushing 3. Feeling a little bit better about this jig right now. And feeling a little bit better about getting some hits. That was awesome. My camera shut off there for a second. Thought I just had another hit like immediately. That was like the ugliest hook set. Yeah, I didn't bring my scale today. It's in the car. I might have a measuring tape in there where I could have measured it, but man, that sucker was fat. Here's what we got today. It's a strike king, I think. Pretty sure it's striking with a football jig and a Berkeley Havoc Pit Boss trailer. Yeah, that's sweatshirt underneath my umpire jacket. Creek channel comes around this corner. There's a hand right here. Holy crap. Nice. Easy baby, easy baby, easy baby. Oh yes. Man, his mouth is so freaking small. His mouth is so freaking small. It's just insane. Look at that freaking gut. Look at that freaking gut on that thing. Tell me he hasn't been eating his breakfast and watching dinner. That's the fattest 15.99-inch bass I've ever caught in my life. Right in front of me. I knew there had to be one on that point. Come on, baby. There we go. His mouth is just tiny. There's no tongue patch. I'm hoping to get some spotted bass out of here because I catch some that have a stripes down low here, and they just look a lot different. But man, they have a mouth similar to this guy that is just not very big. Let's see. That was awesome. There's one for the money and two for the show. We're up to about 5.5 pounds with those two bad boys. Oh man, that was nice. Jeez. Why have you not been using the jig? Why am I an idiot? I've not been using the jig like I should have. At this point, I mean, you just figure it's gotta be holding. Sit right there, and I was just dragging that sucker. These things have been eating good. Man, if they were hitting decent, I'd try a rattle trap to see if got a branch or something down there. Come on. I'd try my rattle trap to see if I could just really start slamming them. And my freaking, oh my gosh. I'm a complete freaking idiot. Should have checked my time. That'll drive me freaking insane. Should have checked my knot, dude. If an 8-pounder comes up and jumps that thing out, I'm gonna be so sick to my stomach. Followed it all the way from the corner, right up here again, had another one right here in front of me. Better have my drag set right too. Well, I ain't switching a freaking rattle trap. That's for darn sure. Gosh. And you know when that happens, they always feel like a good one. Please tell me I got another jig in here or something. I may not have a jig in here. How disgusting would that be? Maybe. I may not be able to feel this thing like I could feel that that last one. Jeez. Always be ready, because you never know when you're going to get that big one. You know, you catch a couple and then you're just thinking, oh yeah, you know, that was cool. That was awesome. Not thinking, hey, you know what? The next one might be freaking giant. There was another freaking hit. Jig in his mouth. That time I tried to work it a little bit quicker instead of just reeling real slow. It didn't work out for me real good, so let's go back to the slow. I found 2 small sinkers in here. Put them on there with this pit boss. There's one. Gosh! Wait too much longer, but the big boy's just gonna spit it freaking out. I mean, I felt the hit and I waited and felt the pressure on there. I found where some fish are freaking at, obviously. catch them and not break my jig off in their mouth and not set them up too quick. And this one's right here. Same with that, but you better have your drag right in the sun's coming out, it's getting nicer. Man, I wish I had a freaking jig and a brain. Lord help me do good, not do stupid things. So disgusting. I don't know what to freaking do. I honestly do not know what to freaking do. That's 3 hits in a row and I ain't getting a freaking fish. It ain't little baby hits either. It's freaking nice hits. It's insane, dude. Insane. Real fast one time. Sink. Get water in my shoe like an idiot. Gosh, I'm so dumb. Jerk it off a log or stick. Wait for the bumpy. I should have like 4 or 5 fish right now. Hard being pressured knowing you got only so much time for a lunch break and feeling like the fish are biting. Got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Oh my, you've got to be kidding me. My line just freaking broke again. My line just freaking broke again. They're biting ridiculous. I need to just go get my tackle box and get my jigs and come back and call in work and tell them I can't come out. Okay folks, we're back. We've got a bait caster with 20-pound test on it. And we're not playing any more games. We got the same type jig on. And we are going after these fish right here. I only brought this pole. This reel acts up occasionally. I had to go back to work for 1 more hour. And I just sent a message and said, listen, I'm off the rest of the day, please. Please get me off the rest of the day. And there's all kinds of brush down here, like where the fish would just sit. They're out of the current. This is ridiculous. This is like a joke. He's down there just thumping on that thing. My wife won't freaking leave me alone. Love her, but I mean, the fish is down there with it in his mouth and the pole's just thumping because he's got it doing something to it. Please don't let me lose this jig, Lord. If I lose this one, I gotta go to Bitsy Bug. I mean, I'm just gonna let him have it for a second longer than what they got it. He's swimming with it. There, I got it. Jeez. Maybe that's why, because he was so freaking... I mean, he ain't small, but he ain't a freaking giant. He just didn't have it in his freaking mouth, maybe. It's a nice fish. His eye looks kind of red. Little 12-incher. Jiggy boo. We'll take it. Got the fat gut. Maybe his mom's in there waiting on a jig. I don't know. Maybe that's why I missed him 12 times, because he's wanting to eat something and he just couldn't get this thing out of his mouth or something. Okay, tighten up the drag a tiny bit, because that was just a little bit on the crazy side. Okay. The fish are biting the jig. If I was any good at all, I'd probably have at least 5 or 6 fish right now. There's some, I mean, there's all kinds of brush down there. They're down there with it in their mouth, just freaking thumping on it, like tugging on it, like they're trying to chew the thing apart. Come on, baby. I mean, I had one hit right freaking here. Okay. Glad to get him. I mean, just to feel like I can catch a fish right here at this spot when they're nailing it every other cast. Just him down there all those 28 times. I hope not, but glad to have got him. But come on, man, where's your mom at? Okay, I caught him. Now there's 4 or 5 casts without a bite after getting one like consistently every single freaking time. I'm telling you, I knew this one was decent. I mean, I got 2 off of it now, I think. You can just see the stick sticking up a little bit through the water there. Just a little bit of a ledge here. Otherwise, I might go over there, but I saw a couple baits come in, land in the water. There's a fish. Yep. Push small right here? Maybe no. It jumped and I saw the dark color and thought it was. It's a fish though. Jig fish. No giant. Pretty nice one. Little tongue patch. fat little gut on a little 12, 13 incher. Alright. Thank you, buddy. See ya. Thank you, Lord, for that one. That was probably the male to the big one I caught yesterday. You never know. I doubt it. Now see, I gave him a second longer than that other small one to let him really have it. And it worked. This reel's still back up a tiny bit. Caught a nice smallie up in there last year is why I keep thinking I might get one. It just came off a log and I just let it fall and just let it sit there. And nothing, of course. And I gotta remove these legs and I'm gonna let him over those logs. Try that mad thing. Let's go with one of these 3 inchers that's blue. Everybody says mix your colors. Mix your blue and your green pumpkin. It's worked for me a couple times. I mean, it makes sense. You get into it. If you don't like the one color, instead of having a green pumpkin on the whole thing, you know, you add a little bit of blue and black, and they might see that and be like, oh, yes. I've been waiting for a little black crawdad to come swimming by. See if it's too far there. Kind of looks like it might be, but then again, it might not. It's pretty good. I mean, the skirt could be a little bit long. I could keep a little bit of that off. Let's see that. Just so you can see the tail action a little bit more. And I've seen a guy say, don't clip it all off like evenly. Leave it kind of scattered at different lengths. I mean, I definitely want to shorten it up, but leave a few stragglers. There, that might look better now. Looking pretty good. Kind of shorten it up. My body's kind of coming up a little bit, but I think that's okay. It's gonna give me that little bit of a, you know, that kind of look. And I like the skirt now is a little bit shorter. Kind of like that. What we might do is shorten up a couple of these just to give it a little bit of a afro. Ain't gonna do a bunch of them, but probably did too many already. Okay, now I'm gonna look at the piece of that. Ooh. Let's lose a whole tackle box, you big dummy. Okay. Let's turn that thing sideways. Alright, let's get fishing. We got blue on here now. We got a completely different look. Let's see what we can do here for a second. 136 already. Maybe expect to hit too low. Now this feels a little bit lighter, just because I don't have the heavier trailer on it. This is a 3-inch instead of a 4-inch Pit Boss. So it's a little bit lighter, but fish. Make me If someone's over here at this other spot, we'll just go on down a little ways. And there's a couple other spots, I guess. Pick up the tackle box that we have. Somebody was over here fishing. I'm glad that I was wrong. Because I would like to fish here for a view. Let's try this out. They're eating today if it's in front of them. For sure. That's the shallow from that rock to the left there. I feel like that's the flat, spawning flat that most of the fish around here would probably go to this time of year for their nests. But I think a lot of them come up in the creek too. Not a giant, doesn't feel like it. It's hard to tell though. Oh yeah, not bad one. 14, 15. Fighting good. He likes to eat jigs. And I took him right in the wall like a big dummy. Right. He's got that gut they all got. That nice, big, fat gully whopper. Got them funny right in the bottom. Right in the tongue. Right in the tongue. Alright, buddy, there you go. No tongue patch, no stripes. Just a nice little 13-inch fat guy. You really should consider calling it that, buddy. Alright. Later. Thanks for the fun, brother. Thank you for the fun. I feel like I could ride the bank a little bit farther like that. Where I generally do good. For some reason. Maybe they're hanging around by the close to the current where the creek might bring something to them. Just a thought. Just a thought. It was messing around. I had it on like some branches of the sunken tree over there. And I brought it over one of them or something, and he snagged it. Says, oh, look, there's a crawdad swimming around on this tree. I think I'll eat it. Man, I've hit like 10 branches this time on this cast. 11, maybe. Okay, it's off, I think. jumping out there. Yeah, I gotta get my kayak here soon. This weekend would be amazing, but I can't remember if the boss has plans. Seems like she's got something Saturday, but I can't remember. I'm generally not a football jig kind of guy because I'm just used to bitsy bugs. But this seems like it's done pretty good coming through the tree over there right now. Seems like I've lost a couple of them. 4 over there, but this little guy seems to be doing pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. The weed guard sits awful high. I don't think I love that. I mean, yeah, it's helping. It's keeping it from getting stuck, but just like the appearance of it looks a little bit better now when it's scattered out like that, fanned out.